Hello everyone, how you doing today? This is Carla Wynitz with today's inspiration, and as always, I'm happy to be here to remind you that you can live every day of your life on purpose. And speaking of that, living every day of your life on purpose, your life. Think about your life. Sometimes we go through things, sometimes traumatic, sometimes chaotic, sometimes devastating, sometimes happy, sometimes glad, sometimes sad, sometimes angry. But we go through these different emotions along with the experiences that come our way. And there may be times when you wonder, why me, Lord? Why am I going through this? Or you just may feel that this is your lot in life. You're going to always have problems. Well, let me tell you, everything that we go through is for a purpose. It's for a reason. And nothing we go through catches God off guard because He already knows. He knew this before you were even in existence. He knew this about you because you always existed in His mind, and your life has already been mapped out. Actually, what you're going through is really just a rerun to Him. It's a replay. It's not a oops. Wow, I didn't know that was going to happen. That's not what God says. But for us, we may not always know. I thought about this as I was reading. I love to read, and I love quotes and profound statements and different things. And one of my, if you know me, you know that I love Helen Keller, and I love the way that she lived her life. One would think that she should have been totally depressed and dysfunctional or unable to function, yet she lived a very productive life. Anne Frank, the little girl, Anne Frank. I didn't read the entire book, but I read some of it, The Diary of Anne Frank. She was the little Jewish girl, her and her family, who were captured and held in captivity, and she eventually was killed. But through the years that before she was in captivity, they were in hiding. And she was a young girl, 12 years old, I believe. I know she was young. But she wrote some profound things. And just, you would think that living under the circumstances that they were in, she would have been totally depressed. Yet she knew what was going on. She knew what could happen, and it did happen. But she left some profound words for us. I think about people, even in the Bible, the things that they went through that helped us. Even Paul, who we know is the most profound. Paul was extremely smart, well versed in many different languages. I think 7 different languages he spoke fluently. Highly intelligent, and probably the most effective of all of the apostles used by God. He wrote most of the New Testament. He went through a lot of things. Now, yet he didn't look at himself as to be this great person. He himself said he was the chief among sinners, and the things that he did, and the things that he did when he was not in Christ. And even when he became saved, he said that, there are times when I will to do good and do the right thing, yet I don't. And when I don't want to do, I do the things that I don't want to do. So he wasn't perfect. But he used all of that for an example for us to help us. And that's my point. Let me call you back. That's my point with Anne Frank and Helen Keller, different people, and I want to encourage you to use what they did. Now, I really don't know if when they started off, they were thinking, "Oh, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to impress the world. I'm going to change the world." No, but they left something to be a legacy to help. You can turn, you and I, we can turn those tragedies into testimonies. When we triumph over those things that hold us down, we need to encourage others to do the same. We need to let people know that they can overcome. They can be overcomers. So again, back to what I said earlier, everything happens for a reason. And have you ever considered that while you're going through this tragedy, it's not for you? It's for you to bless somebody else because you're going to get over it. You might not know it right now, but you will. And you're going to be able to turn back and look back and help somebody else. Hold their hand and bring them up. I tell my son all the time as he's going through some issues. And I told him this recently and I told him this before, and I stand by it, that all that he's been through, God is going to use him to bless somebody else. He's going to be able to tell another child, another young person, even an older person, how God can bring you through, and how he can make your enemies your footstool. It doesn't matter who's against you when God is for you. He's going to be able to tell somebody how to stand through the storm. So all of those things, think about the person that you're to bless. And when you see, like I'm doing these little videos, I don't know who they will impact. I don't even know who will watch it. You know, and sometimes nobody does. But it's there. And I trust God, because I know He wants me to do this. And so I trust Him. I don't look at the numbers. I know that whoever He leads to it is whom He wants to see it. And hopefully you will be blessed. You will take what I'm saying and it will bless you. God knows. God knows who you are. I don't know. But I'm just thankful that I'm being obedient. And I know within my heart of hearts, I know that it's going to bless somebody. Again, use what you're going through to help someone else. And as you're going through it, just think about it. This is going to make somebody else's life better. You may be getting it right now, but it's going to help somebody else. And that's what we're to do. We're to help one another. We're to bless one another. We're to encourage one another. You can do it. And you're going to tell somebody else that they can do it too. And they're going to know that you know what you're talking about because you've been through it. There's a difference. When you know what you're talking about, people can tell. Okay? This is Carla Widenix with today's inspiration. God bless you.